Hello folks, today we're going to be working on a scale model of a Mazda Miata. I first started with this here piece of wood, and then I took the dimensions of it and created a 1/34th scale block that I will use to make the Mazda Miata. Here is the progress after the first few cuts with the chisel. I started on the front end, basing off of pictures I found online. I then went in for the evening, but couldn't stop obsessing over the project, so I downloaded this CAD model online. I then turned my IQ up to 100 and added annotations to the CAD model, making sure to divide each dimension by 34 as I am doing a 1/34th scale model of the Mazda Miata. I then kicked my creativity into overdrive and used my projector to cast the profile of the Mazda Miata directly onto the piece of wood. I made sure to project the profile of the Mazda Miata onto each side of the block of wood. Here I'm showing you how I traced out the rims. I decided to put the axles slightly higher than normal, effectively slamming the car and giving it a more sporty appearance with less ground clearance. Here you can see I've made a lot of progress on the Mazda Miata. I've done a lot of shaping with the chisels, including the hood and the windshield and some of the windows. I've also shaped the trunk and the pop-up headlights in this step. In the process of shaping the headlights, I had a small incident with the chisel, and as a result I just slapped a band-aid at it and kept on working. Here the rabbit tail and the duck tail have been shaped out, and I'm beginning to prepare the work on the front face of the vehicle as well as the small bubble on the hood. After lots of time with chisels and a Dremel, I have done a lot of shaping on the rear wings as well as the front splitter of the vehicle. Here I am showcasing the iconic front mouth of the Mazda Miata, as well as some of the body shape is starting to take form. Now I'm at a small standstill while the owner of the vehicle and the future recipient of this scale model is ordering new rims, and I would like to wait and incorporate the design of those rims into this model. And now I begin on the delicate sanding process, making sure to go with the grain as much as possible. Some more sanding. Now I'm sanding and doing some more fine sanding again here, and I continue sanding, and here I am sanding the body, getting a nice fair curve. I did some experimenting with crayons, and then the next logical step was to do some engraving into the bottom side of the vehicle. This is the point where I found out how to do a time lapse on my cell phone, so please enjoy watching me carve some letters into the bottom of this Mazda Miata. And here I begin melting some crayons into the letters that I carved into the bottom of the vehicle. correct inlay isn't perfect, but as the saying goes, it's good enough for who it's for. My impatience grew too large, and I decided to begin hollowing out the inside of the rims. And now that I have the dish of the rims carved out, I will begin carving the tires around the rims. As I am still waiting for the future recipient of this scale model to decide on what rims he wants, I will stop for now. I can't keep my hands idle for long though, so I whipped up this cute little box, adding some chips from the chiseling process to spruce it up a bit. I only had a few days left before my buddy's birthday, so I decided to finish sanding the vehicle down to 1,000 grit, as well as finish rounding out the wheels with a diamond bit Dremel. This delicate sanding process revealed some checking that ran throughout the length of the vehicle. I knew this checking was in the block of wood before I began, but did not expect it to show up in the final result this prevalently. Of course, I'm not mad though, and I think it gives this scale model a nice little bit of character. Once the Mazda Miata was nice and smooth, I began pre-staining process. This revealed the nice coloring of the wooden block. Once I was almost done, I remembered to put on a latex glove because this stuff is made out of chemicals. Those chemicals ate away at the crayon though and left some residue behind. And after painstakingly scraping out the letters on the bottom of the vehicle, it turns out I have a happy little accident here because I really like the way this looks. My buddy and I have spent a lot of time working on his own personal Mazda Miata. To commemorate the work we've done and the good times we've spent working together, I felt it was appropriate to gift him this scale model. Of course, I'm not going to make it that simple though, so I developed the following plan. It begins as any birthday does. The friends and family present their presents to the individual celebrating their birthday. But little does he know, the gift I presented this time will be a decoy. Don't worry though, it's cool, and after some hyping up, it's convincing as a real gift. Later on in the evening, while everybody is enjoying their time together, I will interrupt and tell them I found an interesting video on the internet. As we are pretty good friends, he should realize what's going on rather quickly, at which time I will let him decide whether he wants to see the final product or continue watching the video. Before we get to the final montage, I just wanted to show everything I used in the process, just in case anybody's interested.